Thank you for joining us. We'll have that story in a moment, but first, a Fox Chicago exclusive. Some residents are being warned to get out of town before the NATO summit starts. Darlene Hill has our report live from the South Loop. Darlene?
Yeah, Bob, that warning came by this piece of paper here. It reads, the revolving door will be locked on Friday. The rooftop terrace, theater room, and hospitality suites will be closed. Well, it's a yellow memo. Some residents say they saw it on their mailbox, and they saw red.
I can't just leave my garage whenever I want. They're holding us hostage in here.
Sabina Kreidlinger lives in a condo at the Library Tower. It's a 17-floor building in the South Loop on State Street between Harrison and Congress. It's a busy area, lots of businesses and colleges and a high school all within a couple of blocks of each other. People who live in the Library Tower, though, say they're used to it all until earlier this week when each resident got this memo in their mailbox, letting them know what they can and cannot do while the NATO summit is taking place in Chicago, May 19th through the 21st.
I think they've got everyone's best interest in mind. It's just pretty kind of shocking to see. I had no idea this was going to be happening that weekend, and so it's pretty alarming to know it could be that scary in your own home.
The memo states that management strongly recommends finding alternative places to stay during the conference.
I think that's a big problem because this is where we live, and everyone doesn't have the opportunity or possibly can't afford to go stay somewhere else. It's a real problem.
Management strongly recommends that residents have no guests that weekend. Each time residents enter, their identifications will be checked, and no one will be allowed to move into the building or have packages delivered. While some residents are ticked off, others say it's all about safety.
They're only suggesting that.
I want to be able to come and go whenever I need to.
Changes because during the summit, protesters will hold a rally at the Petrillo Bandshell, and their march will have them in front of the Library Tower. Those protests in other cities have turned very violent. Now we're back out here live tonight at State and Harrison. We tried getting in touch with the management department of that building, and they did not want to talk to us on camera. I did, though, Bob, call around to a couple of the other mid-rises and high-rises here in the South Loop, and they tell me they're pretty much doing the same thing. They say it's all about safety. They don't, of course, want any problems, and they don't want, of course, to deal with any of some of the other stuff going around the weekend of the summit. So they say they're trying to do what's best for the building as well as their residents who live in them. Back to you in the studio.